Welcome back all the fans and followers of space fiction. Today we take a look at 20 scientific facts from the 2008 movie Wall-E that make no sense or are quite interesting. And since this is a film whose story takes place in the future, I will take into account technologies that we do not yet know today. If you haven't seen this movie yet, it's time to watch it before you continue with this video. 1. Some electrical devices in the city are still working. Mostly it's because they have a solar cell. Wally's garage also had solar cells on the roof, so he had no shortage of electricity. However, some devices with no solar cells can still have electricity from the grid, as several wind farms are still running. What cannot be said with certainty about a nuclear power plant, which definitely needs some people to operate. 2. Wall-E had old and damaged tracks from the beginning of the movie until he replaced them with the new one from a broken Wall-E. 3. According to this shot, it looks like one of the waste towers collapsed at this point, causing a large number of Wall-E robots to be destroyed. There are at least 50 of them in this place, but this is just my guess. 4. Wall-E gradually loses energy in the battery during the day. The details in the film are excellent in this case. I didn't find a single moment when he had more power in his battery than in previous shots without recharging it. 5. Why does Wall-E carry a briefcase to work? He has a wrench and WD-40 in case something goes wrong and he needs to be repaired, which is very reasonable. 6. Here, Wall-E learned how a fire extinguisher works, which he used later in space. 7. Wall-E slammed into the wall of his garage and made a bulge. However, this is not visible in any later shots. The bulge is visible only in one of the last shots of the film. 8. Wall-E had only 2 yellow stripes on the battery display before the lightning strike, but he had a full battery immediately after being struck by lightning. This is the only time Wall-E has charged his battery other than by solar cells. 9. If the orbits are filled with satellites and debris, then these bodies will gather primarily around the equator and not evenly around the entire Earth. For the same reason, when some big body hits the planet, a ring forms around it over time. There are some theories according to which, even after the formation of the Moon, the Earth had a ring around it for some time. However, the effect of the solar wind and the breaking of the atmosphere would completely clean up the low Earth orbit up to the height of 1000 kilometers in 700 years. So such an orbital traffic jam is just not real. 10. You cannot hear any sounds through the window in the outer space. Knocking? Yes, but no Wall-E's speech. 11. Immediately after the first inspection of Eve, Otto switched himself to the A113 directive, which was against returning to Earth. Then he instructed Goforth to remove the plant from the Eve, which we did not see because Wall-E fell into the captain's room 1 floor below. 12. Axiom launched from Earth in 2105. It is the year the first captain entered service on this spaceship. 13. If the spaceship took off from Earth in 2105, and if 700 years have passed since then the current year must be 2805. 14. People on the Axiom and in the 22nd century probably have a longer life expectancy. The captains were in service for 143, 131, 140, 124 and 128 years. The oldest therefore left the service probably at the age of about 170 years. However, with more weight, this time began to shorten. The current captain has only been in service for exactly 30 years so far, so he could be about 55 years old. 15. The fact that film is full of musical and visual references to the film Hello Dolly from 1969 is quite clear. However, the film also contains several references to the legendary film 2001: A Space Odyssey. For example, after the captain entered the bridge, Johann Strauss' waltz "The Blue Danube" sounded. It was also used as background music at the beginning of the second act of this legendary film. You may have also recognized other familiar tones during the captain's first steps. Auto is also a portrait embodiment of the HAL 9000 computer from this original film. 16. According to the captain, the ship's flight has lasted 255,642 days, which is exactly 699 years and 332 days, counting with leap years too. However, he subsequently declared that they have the 700th anniversary of their flight, which cannot be true. So they are 33 days away from the exact anniversary. 17. Wall-E taught the robot at the front desk to wave his hand in greeting. That's why when Wall-E left, he waved all the way to him. 18. This is a video that Eve recorded with her own eyes. However, Eve never had such a view of Wall-E. In the film, we have already seen the real view from Eve at this moment, and it looked exactly like this. 19. The cancellation of the cleanup initiative was sent from Earth in 2110, what is 5 years after the launch of the Axiom. So the cleaning crews did not give up immediately, but only after 5 years. 20. It is clear that the film Wall-E addresses an environmental issue. However, only a few people noticed that after the final credits, Luxo Jr. received from Wall-E energy-saving light bulb instead of the normal one. And that's all for today. I hope you liked this list, and if you have found any other mistakes or something interesting about this movie, write me in the comments section below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to share, like and subscribe if you want to see other amazing videos from the world of space fiction.